Hey guys. Sorry. I was nervous. Hey guys, this is your girl Isabella. We back again. Sorry, something crazy just happened, but it doesn't matter. I will tell you maybe later. Well,
It's definitely not the story. Definitely not the
oh my
story.
god, it's so funny. Well, we back again, and it's so good to be back. Yep, we back with a special guest, our professional football player, Jordan.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So
Thanks
Jordan,
for coming.
thank you for coming. Seriously, thank you, Jordan.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you. And my beautiful sister, Jedida, my chérie Coco. Oh boy, that was so funny. But anyway, I can't stop laughing though. So today we're here with a special topic, and that topic is going to be the culture of dating. It's because of you people, because you guys asked me if we can have, that topic. I guess, talking about relationship is really, how do you say it in English?
It's a hot topic right
It's
now.
a hot topic right now. Yes, people. I mean, it has no age. People don't know how to do relationship. They don't know. They don't know how to treat their partners. But anyway, we get there later on. So, yeah, we're happy to be back. Yep, and we start with the first question. So the first question is, what is culture dating to you? Or no. What is culture dating today?
Yeah.
And that question, who asked us the question? Jennifer. Jennifer, that's your question. So who got the answer?
Man.
Man first.
So, this is such a loaded question. I already know that I'm going to get so much heat from people back home because they know who I am. They know what I've been through. So I'm ready for it. So any of y'all listening out there, I'm ready for it. Anyway, so I feel like the culture of dating, it's not your what's the saying? It's not your grandma's dating. That's kind of the way you say it, at least in the States. Is I know so many people, they kind of deal with, when are you going to give us grandkids? When are you going to do this? Why are you not on this timeline? Why are you not, that's a good question. I think all of us are kind of wondering the same thing, that all the people that are single or just dating even asking themselves the same thing. It's something that it really resonates within people. If your parent asks, or it's something that's meaningful to them, and obviously it's meaningful to you, you just want to be happy and find happiness. Right. I think when it comes to that question, though, it is tough. A lot of it comes down to really the internet. What's been the main change? I kind of. So the crazy story is, we got to just go ahead and tell them. So we were running for about 1 to 2 minutes, and I was already hot on the scene, and then we were like, hey, we didn't even go live. So we're gonna start there.
We've been online the whole time, but we was not online.
I'm warmed up now, so we'll go ahead and start.
Yeah, but back to you, what you just said about the grandma.
Yeah.
Like, because everybody say, oh, when are you going to when can I see my grandchildren?
Absolutely.
Nowadays, I believe, I just want to answer to that. I have an answer to that. I believe nowadays, people are more afraid to have kids because, I believe they are afraid to have kids because the men, they are not like men like they used to be. Before, men with our grandparents, they made kids. They can't even go to different women make kids, but they take care of all of them. I'm joking, but today. But today, sorry. Okay, no, that's how it is in Africa, okay?
Yeah.
Jordan, not in America.
No, it's like not in America.
Two wives, 3 wives tonight.
They give you what kids, but I'm telling you, one grandfather with many women, he would take care of all the kids.
See, that's
how it
kudos
used
to
to
them.
be.
I mean, it's a little bit different than our situation. You know, like guys that have kids, and then I know some really good dads out there. So shout out to any of my good dads for sure. But yeah, I definitely give you all applause because I have a lot of good friends. They have children. And they're very good dads. But I also know a lot of deadbeat dads that they get 3 or 4 girls pregnant, and then they're just, well, I'm still living my life. Well, that's on you.
Shame on you.
Shame, really. And really, like getting back to that main question is what's changed? What's the culture of dating today? I feel like it's a culture of what can you do for me right now? What have you done for me lately? Instead of like how can we build together to create a foundation of success building forward.
Yeah.
Reason being though, at least in the US, we live in immediate satisfaction. Whether that be, it's really anything, but obviously we're talking about dating here, so we'll dive into that. So, now we have Tinder, we have Hinge, we have Bumble, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, and you have all these different platforms. Yeah. It used to just be who was in your immediate area. Yeah, does that still hold true to an extent? But you can go hop on Hinge or Instagram, and if you see someone that's attractive, like that. You can date someone just like that. So if someone makes you upset, that you're dating, and you're like, oh, they're not doing it for me. Instead of you going and talking through that, you're like, well, I know old buddy from down the street, or old girl or whoever it is.
Right.
They message you, you're immediately hot on the trail. Why? Because like you're not fulfilled. For what reason? It could be within you. It could be that person. Who knows? But instead of talking that through and making a decision within yourself, hey, I want to be done with you, or or we need to figure out how to build this up to what I know it could be. We just are jumping to the next thing, and I've been that way in the past for sure. It's just a learning process, but that's the biggest problem. Is really the convenience of dating, the convenience of connection. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
They don't put much, effort anymore.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that?
But sometimes people are tired in this relationship, tired of always explaining the issue. For example, most of the women are tired to always tell the man, oh, babe, you always doing this, for example, something, you're always doing the same thing, you never learn, and I'm just tired.
Yeah.
And want to go their separate way. But one of the, for example, the man doesn't want to leave the woman, and the woman wants to leave.
The man never really wants to leave the woman, like it's a good woman, of course. Now, why would he?
And that's where it would be difficult to separate, you know, and
it makes it harder.
Yeah, for example, the woman starts chatting with other men. Yeah.
If she doesn't get what you want.
Yeah.
After time, it takes time. It takes time.
Same way around.
Same way around. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for men, I believe they always talk to different women.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, to be honest, come on.
Well,
I believe men are like.
It depends on.
I'm not trying to talk bad about you.
No, it totally
really,
makes sense. Because we
really
nature. Are. It's kind of in the nature. Now, it just depends on what facet of life that person is in. By facet of life, I mean what season of life is that man in?
Exactly.
Is this man looking to settle down and move in a different direction, or is he just trying to play the field and see what's what?
No, I don't even think it's that. You know what I think? I think is when the men realize that women can come easy, just like that. Like we said, social media, Even if the man really knows, okay, I'm trying to settle, because everybody's trying to settle down, really.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
everybody's trying to settle down.
Yeah. But
we have too much around us, You bring a friend home, maybe she likes you, man. You cannot trust anybody.
Oh.
You can't even bring your cousin home and she likes you, man. She's jealous of what you have, but she don't really know what is going between your four walls, inside. How do you say in Deutschland sagt man hinter vier Wände, oder?
Yeah.
How do you say it in English?
Yeah, between the walls. Yeah.
You don't know what's going on. They always just see a perfect relationship, or they see, oh, you have a good-looking man or a good-looking woman. But no, but
it's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
But I believe it's just that we have too much around, and it's hard for us human beings to do right anyway, 100%. all of us trying to settle, but then if somebody's not doing right all the time, then our eyes going somewhere else, and then we be like, oh, but this guy, he's like, you know, he's like more loving and caring than my man, or you know, or my man, you know, for us, our man be like, oh, she don't treat me like that anymore, and then they just jump quick, you know, because they can get it easy. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of where I jump into that it's just convenient. Everything is convenient, and the only way that you can truly defeat that is becoming best friends with your partner. You know, if your partner is first your friend and then your partner, then there's more respect. You once you build that respect, then it's hard to just defeat it with something that's as baseline as looks. You know, you can't really just discount them for something so basic as well, this person does this for me. Well, I know when I, you know, like, you have to think about it different than that. Like, who's going to be, like, pardon my language, who's going to wipe my butt when I have cancer? Who's going to do these, who's going to be there when times are really tough? Who's going to, you know, this is my best friend that's been with me through thick and thin, so you build up more. Love doesn't happen overnight, and neither does intimacy. Friendship isn't built overnight, and neither is finding, you know, your husband or wife. It doesn't happen overnight. Could it for some people? Absolutely. That's not what I'm saying, but the basics of building a relationship aren't going to happen overnight. You can't immediately meet that person and say, that's my wife.
Exactly.
Some people do it, and some people truly feel that feeling. It's a vibe, and it works. But that's not everybody. And that's what we're trying to get to. That's what everyone's doing, though, is it's a convenience.
Right.
What's convenient for me? Oh, this person's beautiful and they're feeling me, I'm feeling them. Okay, let's do the next thing. Then you get intimate with that person, and then there's confusion. So I just had sex with this person. I don't truly know what I feel. Knocking things around. But no one really knows what they feel, and everything is scattered because intimacy does that.
Right.
So you kind of have to fill it out. You got to come to it. If you want to do that, that's fine. But you have to have a sense of maturity when you come to that situation. Okay, this happened. We were feeling each other. Let's scoot back and become friends. Like, that doesn't mean you have to take the foot off the pedal, but you do have to push the friendship. You know, because that's what's going to bring that respect. If you just see this as a partner that's just here, there's not really truly a respect there. You don't know why that person's there besides for you to just not be lonely.
Right.
If you're just doing it to not be lonely, then you're never truly going to be happy because you're not happy internally.
Exactly.
You have to find who you are.
Oh, that was a point. Can you say it again?
You have to find yourself. It's not about just being with someone to not be lonely. Find yourself.
Exactly. And what do you think, like, we, you know, most of the time we are with our partners maybe because of, you know, because we are afraid to be lonely, or because for some people because they have kids, you know, or what else? Come help me. What else?
Stability, monetarily, emotionally. You know, maybe that's the nicest person that you've ever met. Maybe you don't feel that connection, but you're like, mom said I needed to settle down with a nice person. This person's nice to me, even though you're not truly feeling it. Sometimes that's not the only thing. You know, sometimes that's not the only component to a relationship. Sometimes guys need someone who's sassy. Sometimes guys need that person that's nice. Sometimes it's just on a sliding scale for whatever's going to complete you. Two complete happy people have to come together and then thus create a happy situation.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
But if somebody comes in broken, it will break
it'll
partner.
Just continue to break, and a strong partner won't break, but it's going to get on their nerves.
Exactly.
You're not truly going to have that person fully because you're not fully giving yourself to that person. So anybody who's saying, and I've had this happen to me before, you have someone stable and then you don't even know that you're unstable. And then they kind of bring out that in you, and then you start to notice, and you look in the mirror, and you're like, man, I got problems.
Yeah.
It's true.
But it's good that when somebody realizes it, you know.
It's a learning process. I mean, no one has all the answers, and that's okay, and we never will. But at least it's trial and error, and that's when people take dating off of this pedestal and like, man, I'm always going to be alone. I'm always going to be by myself with an attitude like that, probably.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way of the world. If you're positive about it and be like, hey, I haven't found my person, but I'm actively looking, and I'm looking for this person, and do a pros and cons list. You know, like, these are the things that this person has to check off my list. But the only way that you can make a true pros and cons list is to truly know yourself. What is it that I'm worth? Am I worth these things? If they, like, you can't get mad if someone's not perfect because you're not perfect. But we always want to be judgmental, human nature, right?
But we're easy. We're not perfect, but we want perfect.
We want perfection. And so then someone does one thing wrong and you're like, I don't want that.
Yeah. You just said everything that I would say.
I
don't even need to add up something.
Hey, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike, I'm telling you.
Okay, next question, please.
So the next question is from Joshua. That was really deep.
I appreciate it. I'm trying here.
So how do you date someone from a different culture? Well, that question, Joshua, I don't really understand. Do you guys understand? Like, do they mean like different culture? Like, for example, Africans, Germans, Americans.
Yeah, I think just anybody that's culturally different than you, which probably is as much bigger of a problem here, just because you guys have so many different cultures in such a small area, which I think is amazing at the same time because you see something different every day.
Right.
Every time I meet somebody, I get a new perspective. Right. Number one, I come to a different country and you guys speak my language, which is amazing.
Us?
Yeah,
what, me? Nobody else speaks it in Germany?
No, I'm just mean in general. Like I come to your country and I'm on your talk show and you guys.
Talk about us. Yeah. We speak very good.
You guys speak great English.
Even you, JD do. Even you speak it very great. So JD, what do you think about how do you date someone from a different country? What do you have a
like you said, use some maybe dating apps, then social media, or go to a Chinese restaurant, for example, if you like Chinese people, I don't know. Or yeah.
I think the key to it is really just being open-minded.
See, that's the thing. That's why I said I don't really understand that question because she said she's thinking like, because I read it.
Like,
how do you date someone from a different culture? How do you date someone? Asian restaurant, African restaurant, American, go to the club.
Work? I mean, it works for just getting new culture. Like getting acculturated to things outside of what's your norm.
Right.
And that
I think
is
everybody brings a different interest. I think you have that. How do you say? You have your
my view, perspective, and she has hers.
Yes,
and it's just a different way of.
For example, me, I love traveling.
Chocolate. I'm joking now.
I love traveling. So if I were a singer and I'm trying or I'm looking for a white man or Italian boy or I don't know French no, not Italian boy, Italian man, or French man, or from different countries. I'm going to that country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she will find her Italian man. Or her...
Or American man.
The same way with me. No. Yeah, you're right. If you want to, because me, I grew up in Germany, I was born in Sudan. We came here.
Oh, wow.
Hi, my sister, you didn't know?
No, I didn't.
We are friends for so long. My God. Hey, anyway, let me add I didn't hear. I was born in Sudan. Yeah, so, we came here to Germany and I never dated a German guy. Jeez. Never. And why?
Me neither.
No, because I was never interested into. I love my white friends, but I was never interested in white people because I just don't like white chocolate. I like the darker the better. Yeah.
That's fair.
And she likes and you. What do you like? Because
okay.
Now he comes Asian.
This is I like true beauty. Like that's a a deep answer. So what I mean by that is like
beauty.
like obviously you have to have a like an attractiveness to me. Like I don't have a preference anymore. I used to have such a set preference, just like a lot of people, but then I re-gauged how I think about dating.
That's how
so
I
took down the walls of what I think about it.
Yeah.
So if I have an attraction to somebody for their mind, then I can find myself being attracted to other things outside of just how they look, because I used to be that guy. 100%. Like if you look at what I'm wearing, like obviously I'm wearing like kind of a player outfit. Like it is what it is. I like to dress nice.
Yeah.
Shout out. But
watch out now.
but my mentality has changed over time, and that just comes from getting older and getting wiser, because you realize that sometimes the things that you want you don't need. But that's the problem with a lot of guys, is we realize that too late. By the time that you realize that, sometimes you're married and you feel as though you've screwed up your whole marriage, because I saw candy on the counter that looked a lot better than the one I have.
Exactly. Why were you looking at me? Candy on the counter.
Because you his candy on the
counter.
And I'm joking. That's what you said.
But yeah, I think that's what it really boils down to, is someone that really can complete you on a lot of different levels. Like I said, it's a sliding scale. I used to think that everything was so black and white. Sometimes things are gray, sometimes they're yellow, sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're chartreuse. It doesn't make any sense to anybody else, but love doesn't make sense in general. It's just a chemical.
Right.
You know, what they think, obviously it's deeper than that. It means much more to us. That's what connects us. It's our bond to our family, our friends, our parents, our neighbors. It's deep. But those things are much more mental and in here than they should be just here. Up here gets you in trouble sometimes. You have to have a solid 50-50 mix of what you're feeling in here, and then, hey, is this a stupid decision if this person has 15 kids? And love will always conquer. Right. Now, you really have to love that person if they have 15 kids and they're single, because you're taking on a whole bus of people. You got to be able to support them. So I mean, you have to have some kind of rationale behind. You can't just be like, hey, I met this person and I'm in love with them. You're going to have to see what they're like at their worst, at their best. And I don't think that comes with the color. Like I said, we're having a conversation that I've had. I mean, if my mom's watching this, we've had this conversation, I don't know, 70,000 times. Probably so many. Oh yeah.
About what?
Just dating in general. Like,
really?
What do you want? What do you want? I don't know.
Did she ask you?
She always asks you
when I
wish my mom would ever ask me something
will I
like
have
that.
my grandkids?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was like, I'm ready for grandkids.
Really?
Oh yeah. But I don't blame her. You know, like if I'm a parent, like that's what I want next. Like I'm moving on in my life, and I want my grandkid. I want my grandbaby to spoil.
You the only child?
No.
She got.
I have two sisters. So, but I'm the oldest, and I'm the boy that's, hey, you figure it out. Like I need this from you, you know. And so, you know, I'm doing my best. We'll figure it out, you know. But I've been on this journey. Like that's next on my list, Mom. If you hear me right now, that's next on my list. So, but yeah, I mean, we're all trying. You know, but just but getting back to that original question, without letting ADD get in the way, is love doesn't have a color. Like if you let down your barrier and you just accept people for who they are, who knows who you might be attracted to.
Right. Before I used to be like what I just said, you know, what I just told you guys, that, you know, I never really was interested into white people. But now I think we change with time, you know. The older we get, more experience, and I believe that people, you know, when we were under 30, or let's say, you know, from 20 up, under 30, I wasn't thinking like that. I was like, I don't know, it has to be
very rigid. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it'll be,
and never something else. But now I believe that with everything we went through, a woman from 30 up thinks different. I believe she thinks like it doesn't matter what he have. He doesn't have to be super rich. It doesn't matter what color, black or white. It doesn't matter if he's from, you know, Muslim or Christian. You know, he believe. You understand? Like, it's so different the way we think now. And if you think that way, it's more easier to
Find your perfect match.
Not
Yeah, because
perfect,
then-
but find your good match.
Yeah, because then it's
Yeah.
not so much about perfection. It's not so
Exactly.
much about this person has to fit into this box that's a small shoe box, let's say, and all of what I want is in here.
Right.
You have to fit in here, you're not good enough. There's 7 billion people on this earth, and not a single person will fit in that box. I'll say that again. I can have a box that's this big, and there's 7 billion people on this earth, and no one will fit in that box the way you want them to. Why? Because everybody's individuals. It's not just. It's about building connection and knowing that that person's imperfectly perfect for you.
Right.
It's not about getting that cookie cutter person, because as soon as you get it, you won't want it, because it's not what you need. It's what you want.
Yeah.
You want that person that's like that, and once you get it, you're like, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
I don't really want that. Exactly. You want someone that's gonna push you, gonna drive you. You don't want someone that's just gonna, yes sir, yes ma'am. There's no attraction there.
No.
That's the reason why women play hard to get all the time,
Right.
because you don't want what's easy.
Right.
You want that guy that's gonna be like, well, like I'll get back to her in a second.
What?
That's it.
No.
Hey.
Not to the extent of playing a game with you,
Okay.
but them having a life outside of just you. Them actually being, like a hardworking man that's doing things outside of just talking to women. That's where you start to find the good men, the ones that aren't all about you 24/7, because it's overbearing. Like you said, you give them too much sugar. They're giving too much sugar. Then it's a fake front.
Right.
Most of the time. Not to say that you don't have two people that feel the same way about each other, but if you're a little cognizant of it, which means like you're drawing back a little bit and that person's continuing to push you, you don't find it attractive. I know women don't find it.
Yes,
Yeah.
but why is it like that?
It's weird. It's just the way that
People should be happy, like, oh, that person really is trying to get me, and boom, that's you don't really want to.
It should, but it's the mating game. Like, we're still animals, like we're smart animals. That's the problem, because we don't even know what we have this inability to distinguish the two, if that makes sense. We can't separate the two, especially men. We have our animal instinct, and we have like our kind guy, like we're feeling this instinct, we want to get, but sometimes it gets messed up, because especially when you're not used to being into a woman like that. And so then you're like overbearing. You're like, man, she's not gonna feel me. She's not feeling me. But so you kind of have to bite your tongue and be like, I'm not gonna be extra. Like, I'm not gonna go outside of my boundary of being, hey, what are you doing every 15 minutes? That's annoying. No one wants that.
Exactly.
So you kind of have to fill out the situation.
You, JD.
I don't have to say. He's saying everything I want to say.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't.
This one, she just don't want to use her tongue. JD, open your mouth and
But what
say
was the
what
question
you
again?
think about it. How do you date someone from a different culture?
Like I said.
Travel to Italy.
Well, me, I prefer to travel and meet some new people.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, experiences
But
provide you with
sometimes-
new perspective, yeah. I mean, like, if you're thinking about dating somebody outside your culture, then go try out that culture. So you don't know who you'll meet.
Exactly.
And there you go.
But are you still like that? Like we said, we think different now. Before we had like that one type of person we wanted to date. Maybe. How are you now? Do you have your how do you
Certain
your
type,
certain
like
type
your
of-
body style, like
Yeah.
chisel.
Well, for me, inner beauty is important. Well, don't be
somebody-
ugly from the outside. But I prefer inner beauty. For example, if I can talk with a person for hours about
Nothing sometimes.
about nothing,
it's
or
still
God and the
interesting.
world.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
it's so important, right?
Yeah.
To have a good conversation, talk to your partner.
Absolutely.
It's
Or
yeah,
someone having the
that's-
same mindset like you. That's beautiful.
And that's
Yeah.
where that friendship kind of comes
Yeah.
into it.
exactly.
And that's where you build that respect.
But nobody really dates his friend.
No. That's the thing, it's like, sometimes, and that's the crazy thing about it, because, from women are usually the ones that really sideline really nice guys. They're
Hello. Who's this
Hello, this is Ray or one.
Oh, hi. Hi, Ray.
She's
I'm gonna put it
Hello.
on. Wait, how? 1 second.
Ray or one. Oh my god. So
Ray, I can hear you. I think I hear you. Okay, now. Hey, Ray.
okay, I
What is
just
your
heard
question?
myself like the topic is
Okay. Ray, can you just text us and I can read it because something is wrong. Oh, sorry guys, I received more phone calls, but
Good.
yeah, but sorry, I don't know,
Keep
I
it
just
coming, keep it
can't pick up right now. But can you guys, Ray, it would be very nice if you can just text us, and I will answer. Or even if you don't have a question, just write whatever your answer, and yeah.
Okay, next question.
No, Ray, we're waiting for you. Go ahead, we're waiting. Hi, Ellie. Okay, we wait for you to just write, you know, and then we will get back at you. And thank you for calling, Ray. So next
I was ready for
question.
that one too. I already knew it was gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So the next question, Jadida, is dating harder nowadays?
It was my question. You better answer it.
Exactly. That's why I say Jadida.
Me, I should answer.
Yes, you. Is
No, it was my question, so you guys have to answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that's how it works right now. Because okay. Is dating harder nowadays? Well, I was born in 1987. I don't know how it was before. No. No. Okay. Um,
It's a good
it's a
question.
it's a very good question. I mean, I can't not really answer because I was very bad in dating back in the days because I was always the typical sweet, nice girl, who do everything whatever your partner wants to do, and but I think it changed a bit, just a bit. No, yeah, but was it harder now? Is dating harder nowadays? I think yes, it is because I believe it gets harder the older you get because you bring your package with you.
Yeah.
Everything you do from the first time you like someone or you trying to date but you don't know how to start dating, from having your first boyfriend and then you get hurt, your first time hurt, you get confused because you don't know how to be in a relationship because you finding out yourself what it means to be in a relationship. You understand? So I think it gets harder the older you get. That's why now I understand what our parents always said.
Mm.
They always African parents, they don't know how to talk. They just tell you no, don't do this. But why?
It's
like
true.
but why?
Don't do it. Just
Don't
don't
do
do it,
it.
okay?
You're not allowed to
Don't
ever do
ask,
it.
don't do it.
No, just get married. That's it. But why? But now, without them telling me, I understand now. I know why it's important to not have too many boyfriends.
Okay.
It's important to not give yourself just like that.
Yeah.
Because you will lose more and more and more and
Your
more.
shine.
You lose your
Yeah.
shine.
Yeah.
And if you have more boyfriends, every boyfriend treats you different. And out of, let me say, 20 boyfriends, for example, is only two good. You understand? So, but if you wouldn't have those many boyfriends, then your energy would be different. Your love would be different. You would be more, how do you say, your flower would be more shiny. Your light would be bright. You understand? And then you are ready to have that one good relationship with number 3. Okay, if number 1 and 2 didn't work out, maybe number 3 or maybe number 4. But you shouldn't go. You shouldn't do too many dating, do too many relationships, because if you're already in and you've been doing too many relationships, then it's hard to stop because you're already in there. You would just continue dating like you use, like, you understand? Like a woman is a diamond, and she should really be, she should take care of her diamond. And because if the diamond, everybody holds your diamond,
Sturdy.
it's useless.
Yeah.
And you will lose yourself, because if the right man is coming, you would just give him your used diamond, and you don't know how to shine anymore like you used to shine, because everybody just treats you some type of way. You understand?
Yeah.
And you don't know how to be good to him, because maybe he is the one, but you just treat him bad because of all the 20 men you had before.
That's one of the best things I've ever heard.
I might bet
You
that.
you hit it on the nail on the head, because the same thing can happen with a guy. If you come into it with a good heart, well, what do we know about? Usually they get, I'm not going to say all the time, but usually those guys get discounted, or if they're a good guy, they become your friend. You get friend zoned. So like women almost want that bad guy, but then you become that bad guy, and then everyone doesn't even really know what they want. So it's such a weird ground for a guy to be on, because he doesn't. But because we're just in a place now that okay, well, this guy goes and he asks you for a proper date, and you're like, oh, this guy's thirsty. What? That's a gentleman. That back in the day was just a way to court somebody. Now it's viewed as like, oh, they're thirsty. So you can get your clout. Like, oh, this guy's hitting me up. Like, no, he was being a gentleman. He didn't catcall you.
Right.
He didn't do any of these weird things like whistle. He went and he said, hey, I think you're a very attractive person. Would you like to go on a date? But women don't want that.
That would be so romantic.
That's how it should be. But in the States, it's not really like that. Those guys are the ones that are like, no. Not to say all the time, but I was that guy, and then I turned it off because of the fact that, oh yeah. But then I brought it back. But that's what that comes from, that self-healing, that internal, like, I don't really care. Like, I'm happy and I have love within myself.
You did self-healing?
Oh, absolutely. This has been a journey for me for the last, I don't know, probably 2 years.
What?
Yeah.
That's good, because I believe we all need self-healing.
Oh, it's.
We all need self-healing.
But tell us, how old are you?
28.
28, yeah.
28, and you started with 26, and can I ask why?
Yeah, so it really started when I just looked in the mirror. I wasn't really happy about that part. You start to dull your shine. And you look in the mirror and you're like, this isn't the guy that I knew, when I was 23.
Yes.
And so you look at that and you're not proud.
Yeah.
But really the thing that sped up that process, or if you want to say catalyst to the process, was I met this person that was a really, really dear person to me. We got really close, and then she was like, you kind of have narcissistic tendencies. Right. And it hurt my soul to me. And it hurt my soul so bad, because I wanted to be the opposite. So a narcissist is someone that kind of like is full of themselves, and they never follow through on what they say they're going to. And I started to realize, I was like, wow, I don't want people to view me like that. Because I have, if you talk to my parents, I'm a kind soul, but I let the world around me and society taint me. Yeah. I let them put a label on me, and I accepted it instead of rejecting it and saying, I know who I am. Let me step away from this scene, and then let me truly show people who I am.
Right.
But I didn't have that ability. I was like, okay, if y'all think that's who I am, then I'll just play the game, And so, but it just takes that one person that comes to you and is like, hey, like I expect more from you, and then you're like, wow. It's kind of like when your parent tells you they're disappointed. Mm-hmm. There's nothing worse than when your parent says you're disappointed. They can yell at you, scream at you, and you're like this. Oh man, that's bad. But when they're like, hey, I'm super disappointed.
Oh, that hurts so much.
It hurts so. It touches you so much deeper. And since that time, I had that person speak to me. It touched me different. And so, I was like, okay, I need to meditate. I need to be better. Because I lost that relationship because of that. And the only person I had to look at was myself. Because when you find that person, it's like looking in the mirror and you see you see where your downfalls are. When you hurt somebody like that, you're like, man,
Why did I?
I need to recalculate what I think about myself. Like maybe I'm putting myself on a pedestal when I should really knock down myself and be humble. No matter what other people think about me, where they think I am, let me get a realistic look at where I am. Let me gauge myself based on what's the facts. This, and this. You could get better here, instead of saying, well, I provide this, I do this. Maybe if we knocked ourselves down a level, then we would be more open to being better. Instead of looking at everything that we're great at, look at some of your flaws, but still love yourself for the great things that you do.
Yeah.
You don't have to hate on yourself and be like, well, I'm never gonna. No, you do all these things great. You know, maybe you work great with kids. I'm going to be a great mother, or I'm going to be a great father.
Right.
Maybe I have all these attributes. Like, you know, I like to do meaningful things. I want to take walks but you sideline those things for well, I do this great and I do this. Like, look at the things that are meaningful. Don't look at this car I drive. Number one, I'm talking to guys out there. No girl gives a damn what car you drive. Truly, I mean, girls will, but not the ones you want.
Yeah.
Not the ones you want.
Yeah.
Be who you are. That's really all I can say, but it took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Be who you are, because if you change, then
you don't really have a framework for what you want.
Exactly.
You don't even know who you are. So how's anyone else supposed to like you?
Right. And what you said about you know, he was always the kind person, and you changed out of the sudden because you only changed because so many things happened to you, right? I know. It's really like that, and I believe that it's just like that. If a woman, you know, when she date and she keep dating and she always fails, even if she don't want to change, she will change. You know, she will change because she didn't change because like I said, like because she wanted it. It's because she been in too much pain that she changed, and maybe she changed bad towards her man, towards her friends, you know, but that's what pain does, you know.
Yeah. Pain will make you struggle in a bunch of different areas besides just dating. That's the thing. It's like if you have a problem in intimate relationships in general, you're carrying that on to other people too. It's just because you're never able to fully give your true love and devotion to your family. You can never truly love. But you can't even love life, really. If you're damaged that bad, you can't even truly look around and be like, hey, it's a beautiful day today.
Right.
You start to notice those damaged people, myself included, you know, starting 2 years ago, I used to look at all the negatives. If you were to ask, like, my family, my mom is my best friend. So, like, when I would talk to her, it'd always be negative. Oh, this person did this to me today. And it's a 2-second conflict that ruined my whole day. That's how sad of a person I am inside. Like, I'm letting something so small ruin something that's so beautiful that we call life as an argument. Someone cutting me off on the street. When you start to realize, well, maybe that person was late, and you start to think from a different perspective, your whole thing changes like that. But that comes from inner self-peace, inner love, self-peace. You don't really care. Like, that person cut me off, maybe they're having a bad day.
Right.
Then you're not so quick to be like, oh, man. Flipping them the bird, giving them the finger, you know, whatever you want to call it.
But that's only when you don't have that peace inside of you.
Exactly. You
So,
don't let little things bother you.
Exactly. So it's so important because people always say you gotta love yourself first. No, not yes, you do, you know. But during that time, you also have to find peace.
Yes, find peace and.
Because you can love yourself, you know, love yourself. Like for me, I love myself too much.
I always know such thing.
I love myself, you know, because I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for God because without Him, all this, you know,
it's nothing.
It's nothing. And this is why I love myself, you know. He loved me, I'm here.
Yeah,
you understand?
absolutely.
But if you don't have your peace,
you don't have your peace.
if you don't have your peace, yeah. Somebody just push you, can be.
You just sound like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. I mean, but if you don't, every little thing is gonna bother you.
Then everything bothers you because then even if your for example your girl, let me talk for me. Even if my man wouldn't do something wrong 100%, but just do something a little bit wrong, but I don't have my peace, then
you're gonna snap on them for something that's not even a big deal. And that was the biggest thing in me, was I started to notice I was getting mad at people, and they didn't even know why I was getting mad. That's the level that I was at, and so I'd get to that point where I never wanted to see myself that angry, but I'm getting angry about things that were so insignificant. Really? And that's a lot of guys that are like that, and they don't.
Like what, for example? Give me an example. Give me a
one.
good example. And I hope all the guys watching right now.
So example. This is for all you guys out there, because I know this happens to all y'all. Let's say you're let's say you're at a bar. I know a lot of guys are gonna resonate with this. I know they're gonna feel this. You're at a bar, and then some passing guy says something, and your girl's just she's being a lady, and she's just, hey, like, my boyfriend's over there. But in a passing glance, you notice her speaking to a dude, and you immediately get mad at her. How dare you? Before you even ask her what's going on, like, you're just immediately jumping to the punch.
You are
like
100% right.
I
can they get mad
the same thing.
to the woman?
Don't you trust your girl?
Yeah,
your
exactly.
woman?
That's what I'm saying. If you have that much confidence in bringing her to a public place, I'd hope you'd have the
And
confidence
especially
to
if
know
she's
she
pretty,
came with you.
or not even. It doesn't matter pretty or not. Somebody will find her pretty.
Absolutely.
And if somebody's trying to hit on that girl, don't get mad at her.
Yeah.
Ask her what's going on. What did she say?
Don't you want that girl that's getting hit on at the bar? That means you got the best looking girl in there if she's constantly getting hit on at the bar. Do you not want to show off? I mean, that's just me. Maybe that's the ego talking. Like, I want, if my girl's going to go show out, I'm like, girl, put on what you want. Like, because that's your body. And as long as you're not just being disrespectful, like, I want you to feel that. And because I already know you came with me. You're going to leave with me. But that's confidence. Guys lack confidence. We're in a different era. But that kind of comes with the self.
I learned when a woman is too confident, because she knows she's happy and loving herself, that some guys don't like that.
Why?
Because they got problems.
Yeah,
they got
exactly.
problems.
Less confident guys don't want a confident woman because, that's scary. They know that they don't need him. I'll say that again. They know that they don't need him. So when you
ding 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 ding
when
ding
you
ding
have
ding
a woman that knows she doesn't need a man,
Big point.
because that's what guys want.
Yeah.
Guys want that girl that's like, oh, she needs me. They, like.
And always complaining. Like, if you go, for example, you go to a restaurant with your woman, and the woman gets up because she wants to go catch some air. For example, just a stupid example.
Yeah.
Then the guy be like, why you gotta go outside now?
Yeah.
Why you gotta,
Asking
why? I can't walk. Let me go out, for example. Or you go out to a club, for example. I know there are guys like that. And you go to a club and nobody's dancing, but your girl's dancing.
I'm like, yeah, girl.
That's nice, right? That would be.
But
I'm telling you, but there are guys, they don't like it. They be like, why you the only one? Nobody's dancing. Why you dancing?
But the way that I think about it is, let's speak hypotheticals here. Like, if I'm dating you, you're a grown woman. I'm a grown man. Who am I to control you?
Exactly.
If you do something that's disrespectful, hey, we can talk about it, but I'm not going to make a scene. Why? Because I'm a grown man.
Right. Yeah.
I have confidence. I have confidence in you, or else I wouldn't be here with you. So if you're drunk and I have like, hey, let's get out of here, But women have to do that to men too. Like, it doesn't matter your confidence level. Alcohol is just that. Exactly. It's a different creature. Yeah. And it can create anybody. But everybody wants to have fun. Like I said, you have to think differently about how you're approaching situations. Don't think immediately as soon. But that's damaged men. Yeah. Have some confidence in yourself. If you have confidence, then you're not going to worry about, like, if my girl wants to get a free drink from the bar and she is there with me, I'm like, yo, that's one less drink I have to pay for. She can even bring you a free drink,
Exactly.
And she might bring me one. I might walk up and the dude might get me a shot. I've had that happen. That's confidence. You have to accept, but that wasn't always there. That's the thing, it's learned.
Exactly. And what do you think, JD? Ray, I'm looking
like
at
I said, it was my question, so you guys have to answer.
No. You okay? So, let me check. So, should we go next question? Okay, the next question is. Wait. Let's see the questions first from Ray because we couldn't talk on the phone with her, but she wrote us the question. Is that too much to expect a man you take care of his own laundry, food, etc.? Oh, okay. Is it too much to expect a man to take care of his own laundry, food, and etc.?
Of course not, my sister.
No.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think that, like I said, we're talking about two happy people, right? So, if yours is gift giving, maybe you do his laundry one day a week, while also expecting him to do nice things for you as well.
Yeah.
Take you out to dinner, like it
Give and
goes
take.
back and forth. You can't just have it one way. You know, I know that some cultures are that way. Like they come home, they take care of the man, things like that. That's fine. Everybody's different. That's love is different for every single person on this planet. It doesn't matter what culture you're from, doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, everything is different. So what some people expect, other people aren't going to be hip to it, and that's fine. You learn, there's a give and a take to every relationship. I mean, what do you think?
I think, Julie, what do you think about that?
We're going to make
You go
her
first.
talk.
Well, okay, finally.
Whatever, she said finally, but we always said, JD, what do you think? He said everything I wanted to
But
say.
like I said, it was my question, so you guys had to answer it.
Okay.
Okay. What was
Now,
the question again?
Her question is it asking too much for a man to do his laundry, food, and anything else
No.
you need to do at home? Because if you live alone,
It depends. Are you guys in a relationship or?
of course, in a relationship.
Okay, in a relationship. So I think everybody has his role
To do,
to do, but for example, he can also do his own laundry or food. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Or if you can also do it for him.
But it's not like how it used to be, before the woman stayed home and the man did everything outside work, bring money home, and the woman had enough time to do it, right?
From another standpoint, if she's working and she's working till, let's say, 9 p.m.,
she ain't got time to.
she ain't got time to do your laundry, man.
No.
You go do your
She
own laundry
probably
and
don't
her
have time to
laundry.
wash dishes.
You go do her laundry and make her dinner for when she gets back.
Yeah, right.
And that, I mean, it just should be a give and a take based off the situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It should just be person by person basis. It shouldn't be just a standard of everyone saying, well, I expect my woman to, boy, you might be single for the rest of your life.
No.
Because, like, no one, you shouldn't expect things. It's just it's
Right.
be happy on your own. Do your own thing. You guys will, if you love that other person, you guys will, like I said, it's a different sliding scale. Everybody's love language is different.
Right.
So
because even it's love, if you love someone and you really live with him, like that's what love is. You live with your partner, then you do things together. Even if he's not there, that's what love is. You when he comes home, what do? Like me? Oh God, I'm like that. When I'm if I'm working now, I work, so I can't cook every day like I used to. But when my man was working, for example, in America, and I was home because I couldn't work, for example, I cooked as soon as I left, And before he came, I made sure it's in the oven warm, and the drink is in the fridge. So when he comes, I put it out, and it was still cold, And I made sure we're cleaning again. But now,
I want my partner to be comfortable. So if I know he was at work or had his training or whatever, okay, babe, I know you're coming home. Let me do food for you or whatever. And same way around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
you just want to meet somewhere in the middle.
Right.
And I feel like you just get better over time.
Exactly. It's a take and a giving.
Yeah, it's a give and a take. It's an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
So what that means is like whenever, like...
But when he expects you to
Bars.
do it because you are the woman, then...
Yeah, it should never be expected.
No.
I think that it just depends. It's a situation by situation basis. Some people show love differently. Some women want to show their love with cooking and cleaning and doing things like that. But it's up to that man to meet her with her needs as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the cooking and the cleaning, but maybe it's you know, that special time. Maybe it's taking her out on dates, you know, every other week.
Exactly.
It's
not always
it's little
about
things that
big
mean
things.
monumental things to other people.
Exactly.
It's about viewing it from other people's perspective, about the
Right.
person that you love's perspective. Let's not just say random people. The person that you love, you're willing to. It's like I said, it's a give and a take. So if they're giving you all of this and you're giving nothing, what are they really getting out of this relationship?
Right.
They're not getting your
Yeah.
time, effort,
Nothing.
So
It's
nothing
it's
should
just
be
cooking,
expected.
cleaning, laundry.
And
It's good to do it together. It's important because that's how you really keep your house clean. If you
Yeah.
do it together.
and you
Because
spend time
if
together
only the
and
woman do
doing
it,
so.
she will get tired. If only the man do it, the man will get tired.
Mm.
But if both do it, it's good. You
You're
know.
sharing the labor. You're
And
sharing.
it's not all
Or
about
same
that. It's,
thing. Most people expect men to take out the trash.
I do.
It gets dark out there sometimes. You know what I mean?
You see, this is what I mean.
I
Why?
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
for sure.
Why should the woman not take the trash
Yeah,
out?
that's a good point. There should
No,
be
of course I
barrier.
got 2 hands. I
mean-
can, but
Yeah.
it's heavy.
Able-bodied. But if that's your one task as a man, you know, like if you're getting cooked for, you're getting your laundry done, and she's like, "Hey, can you please take out this trash?" And you're like, "No, I'm busy."
I'm so lucky. I don't even have to ask.
That's-
He just do it.
That's insane. I mean, just go do it because it's the right thing to do. Like that, she's putting forth all this effort. My man can't even put his shoes in the closet or take out the trash. Like, come on now. You might not keep her long.
No.
Because she's a good one.
Yeah.
For example, she cooks and he washes the dishes. So
That would be great.
Yeah.
perfect.
Or just get a dishwasher.
Yeah.
So make sure you just cut out the kitchen, everything, and you will clean. No, I'm joking.
You got the fill in the dry station. Hey, you put the dirty ones in, I'll dry the wet ones. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny. Let's see the next. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Joyce. So, any other questions? Okay, so. Okay, another question from who is that? No name. So, would you date someone out of your race?
Yes.
Yes. Ding, 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 yes.
Like I said, I prefer white chocolate. So I prefer white chocolate. Well, don't get me wrong. There are also beautiful dark chocolate men.
Also, you mean our kings? The kings
Yeah, our kings, of course, our brothers, our kings. They are beautiful. Mwah.
I just don't like them.
That's what she said. Isa, that's what she said. But
I love my
well,
brothers.
I thought the light skins for
How
you.
if one of them you just see, you know, you just walk and you see a brother walking. How can somebody
God
not be
bless you.
beautiful?
God bless you for this
But
beautiful.
I'm not trying to just talk about
Beauty.
Yeah.
Would you date someone out of your race? Of course.
No, yes.
Yeah.
I've done it many a times. And it made me a better man. Like, I will say that. I mean, when you see things from a different culture and a different perspective and something that's so much different than what you perceive as normal, it makes you better. There's never a time that you step out of your comfort zone and you don't build. You build something better. You build a better you. Because then you're not in this box of what you think is correct, because then people start to bring new perspectives to you, new ways of looking at life. Like maybe this person's family, they sit down for tea every day and you're like, wow, I really like this aspect of what this family does. I want to do that with my family.
Yeah.
And then maybe you build something great in doing that, not with that person, but with that person, what they taught you, you can carry on in your life and be better. Whether that be meditation, whether that be something else that's outlandish, or who knows? Like maybe they like to play tennis, and you pick up tennis based off the fact that they love to do that.
Right.
You can really learn a lot from people if you just spend the time to do so and stop thinking in such small terms. Think about bigger terms. You can always learn something from people, especially when you date something completely different than what you think you like.
Right. You're right. Yep. You learn it with time.
And you?
know? Me, yeah, like I said, now, I mean, I'm in a relationship, but now the thinking is different. You know, before it was only one way but now it's like whatever makes you happy, whatever is the same, vibe as you are. Respect. It doesn't matter if he's Asian, black, white.
It's
Who
a
cares?
vibe. It's a
You know,
vibe.
it's
a
the vibe. Yeah.
It's,
It's what when your man come home, what is the conversation, the vibe you have, you know?
Do you just sit in the
If
dark
it's dead,
quiet?
if it's nothing,
Yeah,
then
it's weird.
it's weird,
You're
yeah.
like
but
this.
if
Hey,
it's-
you want to eat something? I could eat. Like I don't
Yeah,
want to talk to my grandparent. Like I want to have some energy,
right.
and even
That
then my
energy.
Fuego.
energy.
That's
Maybe
fire.
African motto.
You mean Italian motto?
She's like, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, but yeah. But anyway, that was a very good conversation. Well, guys, don't forget to share, and like, and comment, and share some more. And if you see that, make sure you give a thumb up, and keep on following Corday Radio, because we will be back next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh God, next week is what is gonna. Should we tell them?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I don't know what you.
Yeah, no. Let's.
Yeah.
Okay, come.
Come, let's play.
No, they will lose anyway. So let me tell you.
Okay.
Next week, our topic is going to be about a very, very good artist. Hello.
Stay tuned.
Suspense.
That's all I want to tell you. And he's from Nigeria. I love Nigerians. I love Nigerian singer, artists. For me, they're Nigerian and Congolese, the best. Of course, I love my Eritrean music. You know that. but Nigerian and Congolese, I don't think nobody can hold up with them. I'm sure the Cameroonians are good too. But I don't know any Cameroonian singers. Sorry. No.
I'm just here to learn.
No, but that's what we're gonna talk about next week. So it was very nice being here again, and hopefully you will be back with us.
I'll be back next week.
Yay! It was so good with your survey.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. I know this was kind of on a whim, and I appreciate the opportunity. I hope they like it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, if we do like it, then they will like it.
Good.
So, au revoir, goodbye,
Bye bye.
arrivederci,
Zeg maar hasta luego.
hasta luego, bye.